Good morning, Chad.
Good morning.
I looked at the clock to know. So, Ronald Reagan taught us that the age-old question that voters consider about, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? So that begs to all Americans today, what is the answer to that question? It's overwhelming. We just came back with a couple surveys. Over 60% say they are better off than they were 3 years ago, higher than the last 4 election cycles where an incumbent president was running. About 60% say they are better off financially than just a year ago, tied for an all-time high last reached in 1999. 3 in 4 Americans are even more optimistic about the future, the highest level in more than 40 years. And people are just happier. 9 in 10 are satisfied with their personal life, the highest mark in 4 decades. So as we look to these top lines, the work from this administration, the work about tax and others, has made our economy stronger, wages higher, and America happier. What's interesting to me, I watched the Democrats with Speaker Pelosi had to have an emergency meeting. What to do with an election coming and no agenda passed outside of impeachment. So they, too, held to their old beliefs, fake the facts, because the economy is flourishing. Try to abide by lies about the economy to convince the media, to convince the American public that they are not doing better. But there are not all of them following along with this. We have Eric Swalwell, thinks if he can't impeach the president, he'll just impeach anybody else in the administration. That's a very sad moment in time of where we are, when 9 out of 10 Americans believe they're happy with their personal life. 60%, they're better off financially than they were a year ago, and 60% say they are better off than they were 3 years ago. That's fabulous in the work that we've been doing. So let me stop there, open it up for questions, comments. Yes, ma'am.
McCarthy. So AG Barr, his role in this situation is coming before the House. As far as what the president did, do you think that the president should have sent that tweet, and is he interfering in a case involving a friend of his who is indicted for things relating to him?
The answer to your question is no, the president is not interfering, because if you listen to the Department of Justice, they made the decision before the tweet ever went out. Attorney General Barr is coming before the committee as well, but there's no issue here. It's just like everything else that the Democrats went to play. They do not have facts. All they have is a mission to impeach, and this is all they continue to drive. When the rest of America would like to move on from their nightmares they put us through, and let's start working on issues that America cares most about. Yes, sir.
If Democrats nominate a Democratic Socialist, Bernie Sanders, as their presidential nominee, will they lose the House?
I don't know what that question lies. That lies with the American public. I think they're going to lose the House because they haven't accomplished anything. I think they're going to lose the House because they made a promise to the American public that they would be different, that they would work with the other side, that they would work on issues. And in the moment in time when they had an opportunity, they squandered it. They selected their committee chairs based upon impeachment. They focused their entire time based upon impeachment, and they failed. That's why there's an internal civil war, not just inside Congress itself. I mean, I talked to many Democrats who come to me who are very upset with the Speaker and with Adam Schiff. That Adam Schiff lied to them as well, started with the fruit from the poisonous tree, that it was a failure from the beginning. There's no better sign than seeing that they actually lost a member of their own party, moved to the Republican Party. Now, that has happened in the past, but not from the basis of moving from the majority to the minority. It's usually moving from the minority to the majority. And so, yeah, that's a big indication of why they would lose, because they have not accomplished what they promised. They did not focus on it, and they lied to the American public. Now, Bernie Sanders, think about what would be his cabinet. AOC, Tlaib, Omar. They are those who are backing him. Those are ones who gave Bernie Sanders a rise in the polls. That's just another indication that this is not the Democratic Party we know of the past. This is a new socialist Democratic Party. And those aren't my words. That's what AOC calls herself. Same as Bernie Sanders. And that's probably where they're going to end up in the nomination. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Coming back to Leanne's question.
Yes.
You said there's nothing to see here. There were 4 prosecutors who
Yeah.
stepped aside on that. That doesn't sound like there's anything to see here. And even if there isn't there a lot of cleanup that needs to do, because there is a perception that there was interference here, that there was the thumb on this somehow.
Chad, have we not learned anything what we just went through for the last 2 years? That Adam Schiff came to us and said he had a whistleblower and really fearful that that whistleblower would not be able to testify because the administration was going to stop him, and the only person who stopped the whistleblower or the transcript from coming forward was Adam Schiff? You have the Department of Justice clarify saying that they made the decision before any tweet went out. So you have no proof of any information, but what do you jump to? Have we not jumped these hurdles enough for the last 2 years? I mean, Eric Swalwell is already moving towards impeachment. How many times will they take us off this cliff? How many times will they fire before they ever aim or ever have the facts? We have found it time and again, the number of times they have lied and not have the facts before them.
But do we have all the facts in this case?
Do you have the Department of Justice comment?
Let me just finish
Okay.
the question. We don't really know why these 4 prosecutors stepped aside. That's pretty strange. So I would argue that we don't have the facts on that.
Do you have the Attorney General coming before the committee? Yes. So why would you jump to a conclusion like Eric Swalwell for impeachment before you've heard anything about the Attorney General? But you have the answer from the Department of Justice that said the decision was made long before there was any tweet. But lo and behold, no one wants to trust that or believe that because you're going down the exact same path we have before. You can lie from the idea. You can just claim impeachment instead of listening to the facts and stop this nightmare that they've been trying to put us through. Listen, they promised the American public they would be different. Let's work on what America wants us to work on. Yes, ma'am.
On the ERA, what is your stance on ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment?
Mine is the exact same as Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She said it before, and she said it just at Georgetown the other day. If you want to move the Equal Rights Amendment, you have to start over because the time has run out. It's constitutionally doesn't hold, so they have to begin again. That's what Ruth Bader Ginsburg said as a Supreme Court justice, and that's what I believe. Thank you all very much.